What's up? Welcome to Opinions of the Mind. So this is actually something very new to this kind of channel to me, and I wanted to do this because I know it's on so many people's minds and they really don't want to be motivated and they don't want to be inspired more than they want to actually know something that they can do step by step in order to get that goal reached that they have in mind. So here it is. I've thought about for the longest time three things. One, how can I make residual income? Two, how can I make sure that I never work another day in my life because I love it? And three, how do I ensure that my family can do these things as well without thinking that they're too far-fetched? So for the first one, the thing I want to really bring up that kind of has been always on my mind is that I've always wondered what it was like for those subscription sites and those people that had reoccurring services and those people that had services that you had to pay for monthly just out of utilities and whatnot. I've always wondered what it was like to be the business owner for that type of corporation. Why? Because of the fact that your need is always a necessity. Like, once you buy utilities, right, for like your house or anything like that, that's residual income for that person that owns that company. So if we're talking about a very large company, obviously, you think, well, duh, it's the state. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes things work just like that for people's lives every single month, every single week, every single day. And it's not really a necessity like water, food, electricity, gas. It's things like that. Second thing was, I thought about what makes me happy. And it's funny because it's this. It's talking. It's getting everything out of my mind, like onto like some kind of fathomable, just tangible, readable, digestible almost content. And that's what I love to do, because even when I play it back to myself sometimes, I'm like, wow, you were just kind of like talking from the heart and you just taught yourself something. And that's something that I know takes time, but in the past and in the very, very, very recent present, I haven't been willing to give that time. And that is going to cause my overall downfall and success, because it's not going to happen when you want it to. It's going to happen when it's supposed to. Now, I know that's misleading, and I know that's almost getting into manifestation and almost getting into, consistency and discipline's the key, but I'm sorry, those are very, very true statements. And the third one, your family, your friends, the people that are around you, I mean, it depends where you're at and who you are, of course, but in my circumstances and the many circumstances I've seen, those people don't think like you always. And maybe your family grew up in a certain age and time where things seemed a little bit more difficult than they are now. I had someone that means a very, very great deal to me, actually, the other day, talked to me, and they were like, oh, well, you've done your research on social media, so now you think that you can formulate an opinion when really you need to listen to the experts. And I thought about it, and I just couldn't help but get mad. I got angry. Yes, I'm a millennial. Yes, I grew up in a day and age where you don't have to go walk and knock on doors, or you don't have to go call somebody or cold call somebody. You can literally just do this, or you can post on your today's diary, Facebook, right? Like, I get it. I know what era I grew up in, but the knowledge is still something that you have to seek. And it's still something that you have to trial and error out in the field of life. And it's still something that you have to go and have the discipline to learn. So I got offended. But I shouldn't have, because you have to think about how to correlate with them, or how to actually communicate with them on a certain level to where they're not really taken back by it, or they're not affected by it pride-wise, and yet they're still able to understand the point that you're trying to get across with them. So it's almost kind of like if you ever read that book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, you talk about, just putting it into perspective for the other person without actually just telling them, no, you're wrong, or without telling them, oh, that's not the way to do it. No, you've got to communicate with people in a way to where they think and they know you're trying not to offend them, and you're trying to actually share that wavelength that you're on. So if you can do that with your family, and you can actually think about the ways that you can put it into perspective with them. I don't know about you, but my family is very, very hard, and my friend circle is very, very hard to do that in. Maybe maybe I need to get a new friend circle. I'm not sure. I know some of them have been come and gone because of that, but those 3 things are something I've focused on, and I know that's something of somebody's concern as well, and I will share with you in the next couple videos, or maybe in the next couple weeks of a couple videos here and there, how I am starting to make change and make all 3 of those things possible. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.